I think about a few seconds ago, and my the stand here that I'm using to hold my phone is not very stable. Uh, it, it it's had issues over since the past few, I think since last week or something like that. So um, yeah, um, I wasn't happy with how things were looking. I'm not sure how things are going to keep looking now, but let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. I think I need to blow Bambino some little bit of air. All right. Okay, Holy Spirit, thank you for your divine presence. Thank you for clearing out all the negative energies in this space. Thank you that only the highest will of God for myself and for humanity prevails. All right. So, um, Bino is doing some moves here, so I just want to make sure that he's fine. So let's put this here and just attend to him for a few seconds, and then we'll continue with the reading. All right. Okay. What I need to do is to, you know, where we are, it's a little bit humid. Okay. The place here is very humid, and so we do find that, yeah, Bambino, I don't want to disturb him because he seems to be looking for his milk. So we're gonna have a conversation while I'm doing that. So as I was saying that, yeah, things get a little bit humid here, and for that, I know that, you know, in most places in the world, there's things called air conditioning and a whole lot of that. Even here in South Africa, you know, we do have air conditioning, but um, I'll be honest with you, the vast majority of the population here hasn't gotten, you know, into that thing. They haven't gotten into um, things like air conditioning yet, you know, in your own private space, in your private home. We haven't really started doing those kind of things, you know, in large numbers. Few people do have, you know, air conditioning in their homes, and some do have fans as well, you know, electrical fans and everything, but the vast majority of us don't have those. And the vast majority of us, I also believe that we do have a little bit of, um, I don't know if I should call them allergies or what, or just some adverse type of reactions towards, you know, those air conditionings and those kind of things. So that's also another reason why, in most instances, you know, we don't have such kind of things. So you know, now when I'm holding Bambino like this, I'm holding Bambino in the baby carrier. I don't know if you know what the baby carrier is. It's, or I call it a baby carrier, you know, but I actually I don't know if that's the right word for it. I even forgot what weight or what was the label when I bought it on the item. But nonetheless, uh, it's the thing that we call it tari in Setswana, which is a South African language. And so I'm carrying him in front of me, and so he's in a little, you know, container, like how, you know, little kangaroo would be in the mummy's little pocket there in front. So that's how Bambino is sitting now. And so now, um, sometimes it gets a little bit, you know, sweaty for him because, you know, we are that close together, and you know, he's in this little pocket and all of that. And yeah, that makes him feel a little bit uncomfortable, and that's when um I'll have to, like, now I've just intervened by putting some kind of a separation between us with you know, one of his towels, just so that at least he can feel a little bit cooler. And it has managed to cool him off a little bit, and he's nicely back in his sleep. So we will continue with the reading, And yeah, thank you for your patience. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the subscriptions. And thank you for the support. In the previous reading, I noticed that my voice sounded a little bit tired, and maybe even now my voice still does sound a little bit tired, and perhaps it does sound tired quite a lot in my readings, especially the lives, or maybe just generally. And I want you to understand, I'm really passionate about this. I really love doing this. I do. Um, and yeah, as you can imagine, because I'm dealing with a very small baby right now. I can't really I don't want to say I can't really do more than that or better. I'm sure from time to time, I have bursts of energy, but majority of the time, yeah, before I have to do the readings, I would have probably been, standing for an hour trying to put him to sleep, singing all these necessary rhymes for him for like maybe an hour or two even. And by the time I sit down to do the work, like I'm literally quite exhausted. And maybe someone would say, "Ah, but why don't you sleep and then do it later?" That's actually a good idea. And sometimes I will do that, but then there are times when I really want to go ahead and do the live. Like literally today, the plan was that I would do the live at 7:30. But I only ended up doing I think not even 7:30. I think it was maybe between 6:30 and 7:30. That was when I was planning to do the lives. But unfortunately, that's not how things went. Maybe let me not say unfortunately, because many a times these things, the guides are either busy at work, or they're at least using the situation in that regard for something better, something higher, something more important. So but anyway, I'm explaining my exhausted voice here to say, if I sound exhausted, don't take it as I'm not really interested in what I'm doing here. I'm very interested. It's just that, yeah, uh, I'm I'm how do I'm dividing my energies in several ways, but all the things in which I'm investing my energy, I'm passionate about all of them. All right, I love them. And then from time to time, you'll hear me, all nice and energetic and all bubbly and everything. And other times it will be nice and easy and nice and laid back. Sometimes I'll sound exhausted, literally. And it is what it is. Let's see what the guides want us to know today. Spirit, what do you want Divine Collective to know today? All right, so this one's wanted to jump out, but I'll just take the first one. Ace of Wands. And let's just push it there. Ace of Wands. Clarity and passion. New initiative. Inspiration. All right. Then we've got Page of Cups. Innocence, inner child, head in the clouds. This is the Page of Cups. Dreamer, and I'm not sure what else. This cursive type of handwriting, sometimes it's just not clear to me. All right, let's see. What else do the guides want us to know? Four of Wands. All right, home and reunion, stability and belonging, celebrations. All right, beautiful. We got death. Death is coming for the second time now in today's readings. Transformation, ending and change, transition and release. All right, okay. See what the guides want us to know with these 4 cards. Okay, it looks like you I wouldn't say you've just started on a journey, but I would say that you're on a path um, of manifesting love. I don't know whether you're doing it consciously or if it's just happening automatically. And you know what? This could be a literal romantic relationship with another person, or this could be you just, enjoying self love and, just enjoying being with yourself and enjoying your own life. You understand? But the guides are showing us here that you're definitely on this path of love, of of manifesting, of unfolding, of discovering, of experiencing, of learning about, of exploring, of discovering and uncovering love. All right. And all the wonderful and good and beautiful things that come with it, which is, for example, in a stable relationship setting, or in a healthy relationship setting, whether it's this relationship with yourself or with another person, there's that stability, there's that security, there's that fulfillment, there's that solidity, that trust in yourself, that confidence in yourself and in life, because this is what healthy love breeds in us. It cultivates that type of an energy within us. So this is the path that you are on, all right, and this is beautiful. So if this is something that you've consciously chosen, this is a beautiful choice that you've made. If it's something that you have unconsciously chosen, that's also fine, because wow, the guides are definitely looking at you favorably if somewhere somehow you just find yourself on this beautiful path without knowing it. Okay, because this trajectory that you are on is going to lead you to that state. And once again, I don't know why this thing has been coming up quite a lot in my readings, which is this statement that says happily ever after. Whether once again it's with another person, as in a romantic relationship setting, or whether it's with yourself, and with life in general. But it's like that's the trajectory here, that's the journey. All right. And it's like it's leading in the direction of a happily ever after experience. All right. And there's some transformation process that is also taking place, on this journey, as part of this journey that is unfolding here. All right. There's some kind of transformation that is also occurring within you or with you. All right. I really appreciate the likes. I really appreciate the subscriptions. I really appreciate your support. All right. So it's like the journey itself is transforming you. All right, it's changing you. All the information that you are collecting, it's changing you. Right, all the new things that you are learning about, all the things that you are discovering, all the ways in which love is now showing up or becoming clearly available to you. That's transforming you, that's changing you. All right. And so the old you is literally fading away, and a new you is being birthed or born out of this phase, this journey, this path that you are on. This is beautiful. All right, so that's Bambino there, turning to the other side, changing sides. All right, so we've got Six of Pentacles here: generosity and charity, support and sharing, giving and receiving, and something to do with, I don't know, fairness and gratitude, I think. Once again, this cursive writing, yeah, it's a little bit of a challenge for me to read it. Okay, so we got that, and then we've got Wheel of Fortune, right? And then we've got Three of Wands. Then we've got Page of Swords. All right. Okay. Three of Wands says here looking ahead, confidence and growth, foresight. And then Wheel of Fortune says positive change, fate, cycles and changes. And yeah, So, and then with the Page of Swords, curious and witty, chatty, and gossip, and communication, and finding information. All right. So, what are the guides saying to us about these cards? Mm. So I see here, with the Six of Pentacles, usually we are used to the Six of Pentacles being you being generous and giving towards other people, or maybe you being generous and giving towards yourself, or yeah, but you being generous and giving. But in this particular instance, the energy that's coming through is that the guides are being generous towards you. All right, they are being generous towards you. They are literally pouring their love onto you. All right, they are pouring love onto you. They are pouring positive energies onto you. All right, they are looking at you favorably, with this Wheel of Fortune here, turning the tides, in your favor. All right, they are turning the tables in your favor. They're turning the direction of your life in a way that is positive. All right. And so this is a very good thing. So even with this, death card here, it definitely says to us that you it's almost as if you have closed or are closing one particular cycle of your life where you've been doing things maybe in a particular way, and maybe you were closed off to love, or maybe you did not understand what love was or is, or and maybe you thought you did, but now you're discovering you didn't, all of those things. But it's like there's a cycle that is coming to a close here, and a new cycle is actually emerging, and or it looks like it has already emerged, in fact, and you are on it. You are on that trajectory, on that path. And then with the Three of Wands here, it shows here that there's an optimistic feeling about what's lying ahead. All right, what it is that you're looking forward to, what it is that is coming towards you. There's that positive feeling. It's like you know when people talk about self-fulfilling prophecies, it's like you can already feel it. You can feel it, when it's about to rain. It's like you can smell the rain. You can smell it in the air, that it's just about to rain. It's like this. It's like you can feel it, that there's a some people even talk about a good omen. There's a good omen in the air or something like that. You can feel that something positive, something good is actually on its trajectory towards you, on its way towards you. Something wonderful is about to happen in your life. It's happening. It's coming through. It's emerging. It's sprouting out. It's happening. You understand? It's like yeah, and you will eventually get to that point where you actually see it for what it is. With this Four of Wands, and you'll see it, as a plant that has already grown nicely and beautifully, and it's like, oh, okay, so this is what the guides were building in my life this whole time. And but even as you go along the journey, you will continue. It's like as you go along the journey, you will continue to increasingly feel this positive energy, this positive emotions, this positive feelings. This It's like that confidence about something good that is about to happen. And when it happens, you will see that this is it. This is what has been cooking. But it's not cooking in the background, okay? It's not cooking in hiding. It's cooking in your presence, and you are enjoying the journey as well as you are going towards that final destination, which is, once again, the happily ever after, whether it's with someone else or it's with you as a wholesome individual, connected to life, connected to yourself, and being fulfilled. All right. And then, with the Page of Swords here, um, yeah, what's coming through here, interestingly, it's like we've got the Ace of Wands, and then we also have the Ace of Swords here. It's like this is definitely a learning journey for you. All right. It's like this path that you are on. It's something that's going to be, um, how do I put it? It's an ever learning experience. That's how it's going to feel like. It's like by the time you get to that final destination, and I don't know why I keep, pointing towards the final destination. I think that's what the guides are drawing our attention to. By the time you get there, you will understand, perhaps, because it's like every leg of the journey, or every once in a while along the path, you will feel like, oh wow, this is I didn't know this, I didn't know this about that. Oh, I didn't know this about that. Oh, I didn't know this about that. Oh wow, this is so amazing. You'll keep expanding and expanding and expanding, and growing and growing, and learning. There's going to be, an ever learning journey. And but you will come full circle. You will come, I like, even this couple here, on this Four of Wands. There's actually a circle around them. The normal Four of Wands card, you've got four sticks, four wands, around, surrounding the people. All right, but here in this particular deck, we've got a glowing circle surrounding these people, and it speaks to this message that the guys are delivering to us now, to say, um, when you get there, you would have come full circle, and the destination is not to manifest. I don't see that being the case, to be honest with you. The destination is not to manifest the lover, to manifest a marriage, to manifest the house, to manifest. No, the journey is to manifest a fulfilling life, to manifest. And it's not even about manifesting anything, actually. But it's the journey of understanding love, the journey of maybe understanding yourself, perhaps, I don't know. um because once again, I'm not 100% sure if this is something that you set out for consciously, or if this is something that is happening unconsciously on its own, taking you on that trajectory. You understand? But I don't see you busy trying to manifest anything. I see you just being on the journey. Perhaps you said, okay, fine. You know what? I'm open to learning about love, and to approaching love from a different perspective. And even when you are saying you're learning about love, perhaps you're not even uh, specific to say, no, I'm talking about learning about romantic love, or learning about a platonic love, or whatever love, agape love, or whatever. No, it's like you are just learning about love. What is love? That's the energy that I get more so. But then ultimately, it's going to lead to either you manifesting that wholesome relationship, or you manifesting yourself in that wholesome state, where you have this beautiful relationship with yourself and life. You understand? And when that time comes, you're not even aiming for it per se. You are just aiming for learning and growing, and experiencing and enjoying the journey. And but when you arrive there, you will feel and know that you've come full circle. All right, let's see what else the guides want us to know. The Ace of Pentacles, new opportunity, abundance, prosperity, security, and stability. Well, how about that? We got Four of Wands and Ace of Pentacles are speaking to each other here, and I'm sure they're speaking with other cards in so many ways. Then we've got the High Priestess, hidden knowledge, intuition, and mystery, or something mysterious. Then we've got the Hermit, self-reflection, introspection, solitude. All right. Nobody loves the Hermit like me. As a spiritual person, as a spiritual practitioner, I love to hermit. I love to hermit or not to hermit. That is the thing that I love to do, to hermit, because there's so much treasures from hermiting. I mean, I wish people understood the power of hermiting. So many things that you can glean from hermiting, you know. And there's no such word as hermiting, but I'm coining it, and I don't think people should be using it, but I'm using it now. And we've got the Sun, happiness and joy, innocence, success, and optimism. All right, this is beautiful. This is so, so beautiful. Okay, so the guys are showing us here once again. It's like they're confirming that little session that we just had now a few seconds ago, where I was going on and on and on about this journey that you are on and the lessons that you're going to be learning and all these wonderful things. With the Ace of Pentacles, the High Priestess, and the Hermit, that showing you that this is a spiritual journey, this is a spiritual path. You could have just curiously started on the journey, or stepped into it, just innocently, without knowing, like the fool in the tarot. You just innocently, stepping on the journey. Maybe some relationship ended, or maybe something happened, you moved to a different town or something like that, or maybe you changed careers. Something happened, something changed, and maybe somewhere, somehow, you just found yourself, just once again innocently wanting to know and understand about love. And maybe it's conscious and maybe it's unconscious, but either way, this is actually something that the guides had planned for you, something that the guides had set up for you, something that the guides are actually working with. As a spiritual practitioner, this kind of things, when I look at them and when I see them, I recognize them for what they are, which is a spiritual initiation. And I know many people are used to seeing spiritual initiations as something where it's some kind of a formal setting where you are in some school and you are, you're having your gurus there that are, teaching you things, and they are, taking you from one level to the next level. But really, spiritual initiation is what human beings do in this world. Every up leveling that you go through as a human being, from childhood all the way to adulthood, those are initiations. Everything is an initiation. Every journey that you embark on, every chapter of your life, there's usually an initiation that you go through as you participate in that. Some challenges that you encounter, and then you are required to implement spiritual tools as well as material tools to overcome that, or to transcend, or to move past that. That is an initiation, and this is part of it. This is what the guides are showing here, and they are showing that it's going to yield wonderful, wonderful results, because you're going to see the results, and the results are not just going to be spiritual, but they're also going to be material. So you'll see a lot of success in your life. All right, you'll see a lot of prosperity. You'll see yourself enjoying. This is not too different from the previous reading that I did. You understand? You'll find yourself enjoying wholesome success. I really believe that this is the trajectory that the guides are taking the Divine Collective in right now. You understand? And perhaps this is why this is coming out more than once. This is the trajectory that the guides are taking the collective in. And that's the trajectory where they are saying, we don't want you to just have success. Like one of those days where you're just going to have the car, the house, even the marriage sometimes. You'll have the marriage, but you'll be sad, you'll be bitter, you'll be unhappy, you'll be anxious, you'll be, struggling, suffering. You understand? You'll be dealing with a lot of anxiety issues. And I mean, you would not have the tools or resources to enjoy or to even contain this success, material success that you're having. And the guys are saying, not this time around. This time around, you're going to have success, but you're also going to enjoy the joy and peace from that success. All right, you're going to, and it's not going to be coming from the success, the joy and peace. It's going to be coming from within yourself. All right, and that's part of the journey. So you are setting out, learning about love, and ultimately you are becoming some wise person. This is how this is going to look like. Okay, and you're going to take a lot of time out to reflect, with the Hermit here. So the High Priestess is just literally helping us understand that this is actually a spiritual, it's a mystical experience, it's a spiritual experience. It doesn't matter how it looks on the outside. It can look very superficial, very shallow, very normal, like, okay, this is an everyday life, this is an everyday thing, nothing strange going on here. Yes, of course, nothing strange is going on. Spiritual things are not strange. Okay, but this is definitely a mystical experience. All right, okay, should I say spiritual things are not strange? They are only strange to, I suppose, those that are closed off from the spirit. You understand? So, but really, you at the moment might look at whatever it is, what this journey that you are on now, whatever it is that's happening in your life right now, and see it as, ah, no, you're just, going through the motion. You're just going through life. But really, it's a spiritual experience. It's a mystical experience. That's the point that I was trying to make. Okay, now with the Hermit, yes, you will definitely take time out to reflect, to, you know, um, you'll take time out to reconcile, the information that you are gathering, to do the inner work and all of that. So that's what you're going to be doing, introspecting and all of that. And yeah, you know, I like the fact that we've got the Ace of Pentacles on one end and we've got the Sun on another end. All right. So the guides are very strongly emphasizing here to us that this is a very beautiful trajectory that you are on. Okay. And they got your back. When it comes to um, the Sun here, when I see this card, this is definitely that confirmation from the guides that they got your back, they got you, and they are showering you with their favor, and they are giving you all the necessary tools and resources. And even along the way, you will keep encountering all the necessary tools and resources that you need to be able to embark on this journey. All right, so you will not lack for anything that you need to be able to get safely to the other side. All right, so happiness and joy is your portion. Okay, success and optimism is your portion. All right. So this is what the guides are saying to you, that yes, you are on this journey. You are going to enjoy all these wonderful things along the journey. And eventually you're going to reach your destination, and you are still going to enjoy the destination just as much as you enjoyed, or even maybe a little bit more than you enjoyed the journey. But it's going to be beautiful. All right. Oh, with all these beautiful cards that have come through here, I feel like, do I really need to take more cards here? Do I really need to take more cards? And let's see what else. If there's any special message in closing that the guides want us to know. I don't know how many people are here on this live, because sometimes they even though it doesn't show numbers there, but there'll be one or two people that are on the live. But what I want to say is, whoever it is that you are here and that you managed to stick around for however long you've been able to stick around for, um there's a very, very powerful message that the guides are saying here to you. Very, very powerful. For the third time, the guides are confirming how much they have your back. Okay, this is how powerful this message is. It's like they are saying to you, hey, you, whoever you are, whatever your name is, we are doing this thing. We we are on top of this thing. That's what they're wanting you to know, with this thing, which is your life. All right. Ten of Pentacles here. They are saying to you, this joy, this peace, this happiness, this happily ever after, this is your portion. Okay, this is where you are headed. All right. They are renewing your strength. They are encouraging you. They're giving you, as I previously mentioned, all those necessary resources internally and otherwise. All right, let's see how we're doing with time. Yeah, they are giving you everything that you need. Okay, so, and all that is required of you at this point is literally that innocence of an apprentice, or student, or whatever that is. It doesn't matter how old you are. This is a journey that the guides are putting you. This is between you and the guides, between you and your higher self, between you and what you call God. It's between you and the forces that are working on your side. All right. So, and all that they are requiring of you for this journey is that curiosity of a young child, the innocence of a young child, um, to learn what needs to be learned, to ask what needs to be asked, to explore what needs to be explored in this journey. All right. And it's beautiful. I cannot emphasize how powerful this is. I'm literally, when I'm looking at these cards here, it's like maybe in a few months' time, maybe in a few years' time, you know, you are going to emerge here, or you're going to look back even at the beginning of the journey. And maybe you might even remember this reading. But in a few months' time, or maybe a few years' time, maybe like I'll say about maybe a year or two, you're not going to be recognizable. You are not going to be recognizable. You might have even forgotten this reading, which is fine. You know, I just do what I'm supposed to be doing. All right. But the guides are going to do an amazing thing in your life. This is what they are showing here. Okay. You are going to discover love in a way that you have never known love before. All right. And you're going to know that you are loved by the guides, by the higher forces, by life. And you're going to know that you're also loved by people. All right. So this one, I'm not going to do any encouragement or anything like that, because this reading itself was some kind of an encouragement on its own. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this. I'm gonna leave things as they are. All right, but I thank you so much for spending time with me on this transmission. You know, after this one, I don't feel like I need to do another reading. Okay, because I feel like, yeah, here I've said a mouthful. You know, this was very, very powerful. So I'm just going to let it be. Yeah, thank you so much once again for spending time with me on this transmission. Until next time, goodbye. Okay, I had exited, so I'm not sure why has it not exited. Let's see.